Hi, my name is Hector. Have you ever wondered how you can connect with people who are far from God? It's something that I have as well thought about numerous times. I've had the opportunity to do some teaching on this. Let me just share with you some of the things that I have learned over the last few years through workshops and seminars. And so let me just share with you some of those things. One of the first things that I have figured out is that we need to notice people who are far from God. Who is that in your life, in your sphere of influence? Is it your coworkers? Is it your neighbors? Other people around you? Who can you connect with? Who do you need to notice first and foremost who is far from God? After you begin noticing them, I really encourage you to pray. Pray for them. Pray for the things that you know are going on in their life and see how God answers. Maybe get in a conversation with them. Maybe let them know that you are praying for them. Taking it a step further, maybe ask them, can I pray for you? You've been on my mind and I've been thinking about what's going on in your life, and take an opportunity to pray for them. Might be one way. If that's taking it maybe a step too far, that person, you don't know if they're going to be willing to accept that, then pray on your own. Follow up with a conversation with that person afterwards and ask them, hey, how did that situation work out? Maybe that will be an opportunity to let them know that you were praying for them when you hear that great outcome. Or even if it's not a great outcome, just let them know that you were praying for them. That would be a great thing to do. So as you begin noticing people who are far from God, think about how you can also then pray for them. One thing I've noticed about praying is that when I begin praying for lost people, my heart for those people who are far from God begins to grow. God does something in my heart, and I begin pursuing those people even more so. So I'd really encourage you, think about praying for them. In the evening, the morning, whenever it is you spend time with God, pray for those people who are far from Him. The other thing that I have come to notice is not only when I notice them and I begin to pray for them, I need to also listen to see what is important to them. When I begin to listen, then I also learn how to ask better questions as well. Because it's not about just hijacking a conversation and asking them questions that will lead to spiritual conversations without them ready to go there. It's listen to them. See what it is that it's important to them. And then maybe in that conversation or the next conversation, you can ask them questions about what you learned about them that might lead to spiritual conversations. During that time with them, you may ask God, what kind of question can I ask them to give you insight into where they are in relationship to God? Because when we are trying to share our faith, we need to start where they are in relationship to God, not where I or we would like them to be in relationship to God. Because many times it's about just helping them take one more step closer to God. So as we begin noticing, loving them, and then as well listening, we can ask better questions. And then when those questions and those opportunities come, again, pray like crazy that God would do something in their heart, but as well do something in your heart so you know how to follow through with those questions. Maybe spending more time. One thing I've learned about prayer is when I begin praying for those opportunities, I need to learn to expect God to answer. And when God answers those questions, He begins to then also do something in that person's life. So wait for those opportunities to happen. When those opportunities happen, make sure you have margin in your life. Because if you don't have margin in your life, then those opportunities can go by the wayside. So think about how you can build that margin, ask great questions, but make sure you're listening. And when those opportunities come, enjoy the ride. And here at the church, we'd love to hear how God is using you in the lives of folks. So contact me, contact anyone here at the church. Let us know what God is doing. Let us know how we can support you. Those would be great opportunities to see what God is doing.